for the new cycle's funding.
Okay, I got some questions, if that's now's the time.
Yes.
I think I'd like to address these questions to Ken. I think he'd be the proper one to do this to. I think you've pretty well answered the first one I got is, as the attorney of the EDA and the IDA, do you look over all the EDA grant requests? And I guess the answer was sometimes.
On a case-by-case basis, when they ask, it will be done.
Okay. When did you first see Alden Bloom's grant request?
I don't know that I did.
Okay. Did you make any presentations to the EDA, the OCC, or the cities?
I don't recall.
Okay, I know.
I don't remember if she was part of those presentations.
I mean, I can answer that question if you'd like.
Okay, give it a shot.
I'm ready. Autumn did have an application that was a part of the entire incubator application that was submitted to the EDA. It was done the same exact way as it was done the first year cycle. We had an incubator application that included applications from two tenants, being Peace River Paddle Sports and Peace River Bees. That project was funded as a whole, with funding going to the IDA as the administrator of that grant, with the separate budgets of those two separate companies included in that grant. For this year's funding, we did the same template. We created an overall incubator budget that encompassed the needs for the facility itself, the cost to run the facility, the cost of the equipment and retrofitting of the building, and overhead for staff. Also included in that were separate budget requests for this year, 3 applicants. 2 being the same as the last year, Peace River Paddle Sports and Peace River Bees, and then an additional application in this cycle for Stream to Sea, which was Autumn's application.
Okay, I'll ask you the question then. Did she make any presentations to the EDA, the BOCC, or the cities?
I was getting there.
Okay, I'm sorry.
When it came time for presentation to the EDA board, Autumn was a part of that presentation. She presented.
She did?
Yes.
Okay, I was there. I don't remember that. Okay, go ahead.
At the time of funding,
when everybody got up and made their presentations on that particular date, and I'm not sure what date it
the
was.
first presentation, she herself was not presenting. I presented the entire application.
Well, why didn't she do it then?
Because she had some confidentiality issues.
Oh, so now we're getting the grants that's confidential. So we can put in a grant that's confidential and get it from the EDA?
Sure.
Oh, okay. All right. I wasn't aware of that. So anybody can go to the EDA or send a representative and say, this person wants $600,000, but it's confidential. We're not going to tell you who it is. And they'll just give them the money?
I don't represent the EDA, so you probably have to ask them that question.
Well, I probably will. Let me move on. I'll ask him, what does the EDA rules say about grant request presentations?
I don't believe presentations are required.
Okay.
They're not.
The applicants are given that opportunity, but it's not required under the rules of the statute.
And I have been to many presentations where not every applicant has made a presentation to the board, but they are still up for funding. It's not required.
We have had, Donald, a number of applicants that chose, for whatever reason, to not make presentations to the cities. I can recall one in particular that I could do by name. It was an assisted living facility, and the representative was a fellow named Ed Potier. And they came down and they were talking about locating out here